I have this book, Metaphysical Anatomy, that kind of, and there's the New German Medicine, and like there's this emotional root to everything. So it's like, say you have, like I had pee issues that many people have heard about this after giving birth.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, physically, I went and played tennis within 4 weeks, and like maybe my pelvic floor didn't get a chance to, like there was a really like logical reason why that could be. And then
Wait, did you say you went and played tennis like 4 weeks after you
giving
gave
birth? Yeah.
Right.
So maybe like,
so maybe didn't spend as much time in that like kind of bubble of rest and connection, and went out and got physical quickly. Yeah. Okay.
You know, because that's like, I'm an athlete, so like that's how I get my emotion out in a lot of ways. But it was a mistake because I didn't allow my body to just like come back in an organic way. Like I put too much force on it.
And I wanted to speak to that because a lot of I was an athlete too. I was a very competitive athlete, and I would get passionate and I would get emotional, but it was a discharge of energy. I pushed myself really hard, and I was like, I'd be emotional, right? Oh, there was aggression that came out, but that's very different than connection to that place that feels very delicate, that needs being with rather than going out and just like moving the energy.
Yeah, it's like a surface.
Yeah, and so there's a tendency to go more superficial and just get the discharge versus the deep connection, which is so often, it always is going to be the answer. Yeah. Deep connection to what am I actually feeling? It's like, we don't necessarily want to go to it's actually deep despair right now. I feel really sad. I feel really scared. I feel overwhelmed. I feel like I can't, like, what am I doing with my life? Whatever it is. And it's just like, that's so much harder. So it's like, well, you know what I'll do? I'll go for a run because at least I'll discharge some of the energy. And that's a much healthier way than saying, I'll have a couple of, glasses of wine. It's like, but you can get, just like anything, you can get addicted to the high and the endorphins of exercise without actually having resolution of the actual feeling that you're trying to avoid.
Totally. Yeah. It's just the same as like treating a symptom with a pharmaceutical rather than getting to the root. Yes. You treat your anxiety or your fear or your overwhelm with going for a run. You get that superficial discharge, you release the endorphins, and it's just like that morphine of numbing or your state, but you're not getting to the root of what's causing the anxiety or overwhelm. Right.
And the state change is necessary. I mean, our mutual friend and someone I've worked with for a couple decades, Tony Robbins, I've been a personal practitioner for him for a long time. And, one of the things he teaches is like physiology, change your state. And then that creates the opportunity for different experiences and different possibilities. However, we can also get addicted to changing the state. That's what smoking is. That's what exercise can be. You can get addicted to changing your state as an avoidance. Now that he's not teaching it in that way. He's saying change your state, get focused, come up with a new meaning, like take massive action, whatever you need to do. But we're attempting to change our state so often because what we're feeling or what we don't really want to feel is kind of brewing just under the surface. So it's like, if I just change the channel here and I don't address that, then it's not real or it goes away. But it doesn't go away because awareness is necessary for growth and evolution, right? And so if we don't bring awareness to what's really happening, then we are going to fragment. And that's what, that's these adaptations. I teach this in the energy practitioner training. There are adaptation patterns that we go into as a way to navigate through life with the challenging experiences. So something happens and it's like, I can't deal with this. So what does my body do? It distorts and the nervous system goes under tension and the muscles tighten in a certain way and the breath gets more shallow. And that whole pattern becomes like a kind of a new suit that we're wearing. It's because we have this body that we can take on all these different configurations to get us through situations. And so it's like, what's now that becomes a limiter, because if I'm locked in that pattern and that I did it initially to not feel something, let's say someone experienced an abuse and the whole lower body, it was sexual abuse, let's say, and over the decades, like many, many, unfortunately, cases of people that have been sexually abused, and they'll be completely numb in an area because their brain went, I can't, with what's happening, the cognitive dissonance, the overwhelm, the trauma that's happening, I go into, like someone's going to go into a into an adaptation to numb out, to not feel. So it takes a lot of energy to keep that separate. So these patterns become unconsciously perpetually running in someone's system, and we lose touch with, or maybe never even knew what it felt like to actually be connected and embodied. And so the somatic and the energetic, which is, I call it somatic energy work. The somatic is the experience of the body, the feelings, the sensations, and becoming home to your body. And the energetic is all the different aspects and dimensions of consciousness that we can begin to experience, but through the body. Instead of going out of the body to have these like state changes and these experiences that are expansive, but don't integrate back into a whole unified, like what I call an integrated human. So that's like I the way I see it is that we're evolving toward becoming a more integrated human.
Yes,
totally. And that requires the body, the physical sensations and qualities, the life force, so the sense of feeling and experiencing like how energy is moving in our body and just being present to that, feeling grounded and safe. Emotionally, can we feel and sense what we're feeling and express it? Can we sense other people? Are we attuned to like the dynamics between what's happening in our body and what happened in the environment and kind of what triggered what? And oh wow, I didn't realize in the past that I was feeling strong feelings because something happened or something was said, and I had a reaction in my body. Instead of recognizing, oh, I'm really upset about this, I'm actually really sad, or I'm really scared. So then you have the emotional, and then you have the mind, and it's different levels of the different awarenesses and consciousness of our mental rules and beliefs, and the meanings we make up about things, concepts about things, our identity, our sense of self. And then you have the relational dynamic, and each of these has a field of energy and consciousness that's like accessible around the body and within the body. So the relational is like connects into our heart. It connects into, can I be attuned to what I need in relationship to you? And can I tune into what you might need in relationship to me? And can I seek to meet my needs and have you meet your needs in a healthy way in relationship? Or am I isolating and trying to regulate myself outside of relationship? If I'm challenged in that energy field, I'm going to be challenged with that consciousness. And then you have what I would call soul, which is like that transcendent consciousness that's like, I know you, Kelly. I met you like however it works, but something goes beyond this life, right? Yeah. It's like I see you and I know you as a soul beyond this like personality or identity. And then there's the unified field of oneness, really. So like all of those are part of the human experience, and we all have like resource in some of them, or we're really strong in some, and others were more challenged. Yeah. So like when I worked with you, can I comment on something?
Yeah,
so working with you, you have a real gift. Like you are very connected into that unified, that oneness, that kind of infinite field. It's like, that's like home, right? So in working with you, it's like very available. So it's like you just are super expanded. More challenged when it came to the life force and emotional. So it's like, for someone who's got more of a challenge, and a lot of professional athletes that I've worked with have a challenge with life force. And you think, wait, they're out there like tearing it up. Like they aren't they like super, they're the most physically energized. But actually a lot of those people, they have a challenge feeling enough physical energy and feeling safe and embodied and connected. So they have to push their body really hard. And if they get their heart rate up, and they like, it isn't just like go for a jog. It's like go for a run. Yeah. Right. Then I feel alive.
Yes.
Right. And so that's like
needing more force to activate that life.
Exactly. And so someone who's developed an ability to really do that well can become extraordinary in the physical body. But if you take away that ritual and that routine, and the person has to like just kind of lounge around and sit on a beach and just chill, it's like the person can start getting anxious, and it's like I need to move my body. I need to get to feel this. And so, and then also there's more of a challenge just being able to connect into, feeling and expressing emotion. Like the way your energetic system is wired, when I went into your energy field and I was working with you, and multiple times I've worked with you, very easy for you to tune into other people's emotions. Empathic, connected, but tuning into your own, more challenging. So it's like we can get lost, and I'm wired more like that. And it's something I've been having to develop my whole life. Like I can feel and sense and tune into others, but when the emotional intensity starts going up in my life, I learned, whoa, emotional intensity, check out, go away. No, we don't do this, because the hardwiring wasn't really there. So, but it's something we can learn how to develop.